All right, guys. So I was thinking of doing something a little different. I'm going to answer some questions, and just so you know, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not an expert. We're not even going to go into all that, but what I can tell you is I do know a few things because I've lost at least 30 pounds, 30 to 50 pounds, 4 to 5 times in my life. So I know what I've personally done. I know what, what's out there, at least from what I've seen. And the interesting thing is when I've lost the weight, it's been different each time. All right, but this last one was kind of unique. But I think that there's a bunch of different ways. I'm proof that there's a bunch of different ways to actually lose weight, build muscle, lose fat. It doesn't have to be what one person says. Obviously, I notice in the medical community and in the nutrition community, everyone seems to disagree on so many things. So, for instance, me, I'm in maintaining mode now. But what I want to do is I want to answer questions and make content based on helping people. Like, I actually want to help people. When I make videos, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, I actually want to help people and make a difference in your life. So I don't want to, I don't want to mislead you. I don't want to do anything other than plant a seed that's going to help you in the long term. Because I don't want to also say, hey, make you feel good when you really need to take a hard turn, if that makes sense. So for instance, just so you know, for lunch, basically every single day, I wait until, it was a little after 1:30 today, but I try to wait to eat every day till about 2. I push it to 2. I do no breakfast. I mean, this is breakfast, but every single lunch for me, pretty much, at least in recent time, is butter, organic grass-fed ground beef, 85, 15, extra fat, organic eggs, and I get it, I always go to Trader Joe's, just so you know, and organic cheese. And I'm going to create a video that I did 7 days on just that, but I had bacon as well. That's all I ate for 7 days. Boy, when we hit day 4, I was like, oh man, I want something different. But anyway, I want to do something different that'll help you guys. But I want to give you 2 words of warning. Because like I said, I've done this multiple times. And I've gotten different results each time, actually. But this time, to me, was so clear moving forward. But here's the 2 warnings. Number 1, the best time to get into good shape and good health is today. The next best time is tomorrow. Do it today. Yesterday would have been even better. But I'm going to tell you something. Actually, I'll give you 3 things. 3 things to consider. Number 1, and these are things that I personally have found. Number 1, you got to get your emotions under control. Because emotions for a lot of us draw our bad behavior, our bad habits, like eating junk, different things like that. Change your mind just a little bit. Look at food as fuel versus just it feels good. You remember that, that saying, what is it, seconds on the lips, weeks on the hips, or something like that? It's true. It's kind of interesting. But what I would say to help you guys is understand the connection between emotions, overeating, and get that under control. And with that, avoid situations that you'll relapse and you'll struggle with this. I went back to a place about 1.5 years ago, and it was so traumatic. I gained 10 pounds like that. I started smoking marijuana, more of it like that. I mean, it was so traumatic, and it hurt my goals. It hurt where I was going, and I had to kind of regroup, and it was so traumatic and so quick. I realized I can't go back there. It's too painful right now. So you got to guard against certain things that you know are going to trigger you in this journey if you're trying to lose. Second of all, it's harder every single time as I get older. And I'm realizing, man, it's not getting any easier. Your body doesn't bounce back as easy. Your skin doesn't bounce back as easy. Luckily, I have very little loose skin. But, I mean, as time goes on, I could see it. I could see that things are changing and they're not getting any easier with age. So my encouragement to you is, do it now, get into the shape now, get the fat off your organs now, because it's not going to get any easier, right? So the second thing that I would say, I know that's all kind of jumbled, but is focus on, this is just what I did this last time. Just cut out a meal. I mean, if getting thin now during inflation when you can't afford food doesn't solve it for you, I don't know what will. Take advantage of the expensive food. Eat less. Just say, I can't afford it. Eat less. That's fine. You know, have a good sense of humor about it. Because if you do that, you're taking one meal out. And I would just say, intermittent fasting and more of a keto type carnivore was this last round, and it's been incredible. It's not easy, but you know, things can happen. But the third thing to keep in mind, because this is what I believe is most important, and that's sustainability. You know, I've actually been tracking my weight in my journey for a couple years now, and I wrote it all down, and I'll go over that. If you guys think that would be beneficial, to talk you through how the spikes and losses and what was going on in my life to kind of help that. Let me know. Comment down below. So the sustainability is, you need to understand your triggers. You need to understand when you're falling off the bandwagon, so to speak, and have a tight leash on it. For instance, now, you know, once in a while, I'll eat ice cream. See, here's my thing. I love ice cream. I love donuts. I love pizza. I love Mexican food. I love burgers. All of these things, a lot of them have the real carbs in them, and I love them. So I don't eat them. But when I do, because now I introduce, especially now, pizza, now and then, sometimes, you know, I'll eat a whole pizza. I ate a whole pizza the other day. And what was it? Pizza and ice cream. I had it, but that's like life is ending, I gotta get ice cream kind of mentality. But here's the deal. You have to reel it in really fast. Like, for instance, if I eat an entire pizza, which I do, by the way, the entire thing, and it's a large. What's my next move? Okay, I ate a whole pizza tonight. All right. Well, you don't do it tomorrow. You cut back. Maybe you wait. Maybe I'll go till 4 o'clock and have one meal the next day. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find what works for you. Again, this is not advice. This is just what I'm doing. You got to reel it in really fast, which means you have to know yourself, know your emotions, and know how your body responds. Because you may fall off a wagon one night and eat some of this bad food, and you're going to pay for it the next day. I do it oftentimes. I'm like, that was dumb. But you got to reel it in quickly. You don't want it to keep going. So I hope that's helpful for you. Make sure you watch for your emotions and be able to curb it and avoid situations that are stressful that's going to make things worse. Number 2 is maybe do intermittent fasting. Cut out a meal. That really helped me out. Number 3, reel it in. Know yourself. Work on your mindset. Understand your triggers. Understand where your fails and adjust to it and pivot. Because that's what you're going to need to do.